Hi, my loves. How are we doing? All right. I just want to see how's your weekend going to go. Okay. But per usual, if this doesn't apply to you, sit right with you. You don't want to hear what I have to say. That is okay. I will be back some other time. Okie dokie. All right. I really want to see again. How's your weekend going to go? How's this collective's weekend going to go? So I got the Four of Cups in reverse. And then the Knight of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, I got the Five of Wands. I'm not going to lie, you're going to have to address something soon. So for some of you, this could be more confrontational. Of others of you, again, you just may have to call something out. You're going to have to address the problem. You're not meant to sweep this under the rug. Here's the thing. You're not weird or strange or anything for having an intuition. I feel like you are somebody that is truly a very intuitive person. You know, simply somebody could walk into the room. Somebody could get hired at your job. You look at them, something ain't right. It doesn't matter if it takes a week, a month, 5 years, 10 years before they show their true colors. You know something ain't right. And maybe right now with that Five of Wands, you could be having your own friends, family, whatever around you, kind of doing you need to relax. You need to let this go. It's not that deep. There's nothing wrong. Again, something about you're not wrong on somebody, whoever this is applying about. And what is this addressing the problem? What is this addressing the problem? Oh, Nine of Swords. And then I got the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. There's that Seven of Wands, as I said, addressing the problem. This is also kind of a message of don't give in to Five of Wands energy. And that's where I'm saying, like, you know, there could be friends or family, coworkers, whatever around you telling you to brush this off. It's not that deep. And maybe you're on the verge of brushing this off. And I will describe to know if this is really a reading who this person is. But there is somebody in your energy that is clearly rubbing you the wrong way. They're not taking you seriously. I think that with that Nine of Swords energy, you're trying to fight it off. I feel like truly you are very uncomfortable around this person. Whether, again, it could be a new coworker that just got hired on, you know, maybe a new, you know, your friends introduced another friend to you, or, you know, this could be somebody they're trying to hook you up with, and you're like, no, something ain't right about somebody. And I think you're on the verge, or was at one point of sweeping it under the rug, but it's like the more you be around them, and I feel like you are physically around this person, something ain't right. But I feel like you don't really have something right now to say, or have a proof right now to say something ain't right quite yet. And that's where I was kind of bringing up, you're not weird or strange for having an intuition. If your intuition's off, if you're literally feeling a certain type of way, something ain't there. Do not feel guilty of not responding to somebody the way others should tell you to respond. If something ain't right, trust that. Yeah, the Magician in reverse, you know there's deceit going on. You don't know, maybe, again, have the proof or the facts, but you're like, you know what I'm saying? There's always that one person in your life, you're like, some ain't right. I think something's about to implode, especially if you're already being guided of you may need to confront the problem. Let me see what this Four of Cups is in reverse. What's this Four of Cups in reverse? Ace of Swords. Oof. You're going to have to speak up this weekend. I'm not going to lie. Let me see. Speak up about what? Is it to this person? What is this about? Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Seven of Swords. As I said that, you know there's deceit going on. I got 777 here, so good luck is on your side. You could be seeing the angel number 777 right now. This weekend can come up to where you may have to stick up for yourself towards your friends, family, coworkers again. Maybe they're inviting you out to see this person, or you maybe are about to see this person again. If you're getting that intuition of don't go hang out with them, please don't. Because with that Seven of Swords, they could literally be a thief in this case. Like they could be a little bit of sketch. Again, there is a reason your intuition is screaming their head off right now. So let me kind of actually describe who's this person you're trying to, who is this person? I feel like there is somebody you're like, say you're like, nope, something ain't right. Who is this 444 on my timer as I'm recording sign? Who is this person that this collective's trying to avoid? Who is this person? We're describing the person here. Okay. So I got the King of Cups in reverse, the Three of Pentacles, and then the 10 of Pentacles right there. Like I said, for some of you, I could be hearing this could be about a coworker. Doesn't have to be. But regardless, this is somebody that's definitely in your vicinity right now. I think this is somebody that is extremely fake. I think they come off very well put together, even financially. This could be somebody that brags a little too much about what they have and what they own. Bottom line is, whoever this person is, they have literally no empathy. And that's where what you're really picking up on. Is behind that fakeness, you know that they don't have a lot of remorse for a lot of things. They're actually the opposite. They're not empathetic at all. They're very materialistic. That's where I'm saying they could be a thief, or maybe they have a reputation of like, maybe they kind of brought it up in conversation at one point that they've scammed people out, but they blow it off as like, ha ha ha, it's a joke. Or maybe they do weird things with their taxes. I don't know. That's where I'm saying for you to pick up on this person has made weird, subtle little hints that they have done sketchy stuff. But I feel like, again, they know how to move a room, go, ha ha ha, it's a joke. And you're like, nah, man, you're up to something not good. This person it could be a masculine energy. Again, gender doesn't matter, doesn't have to be. They could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But let me do more about who this person is. Okay, and then I got the King of Wands right there as well. They could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then I got the Page of Wands in reverse. They're not good news. Okay, and that's where I'm saying the King of Wands, they come off empathetic. If anything, they're an excellent manipulator. If anything like that. They really, again, I said they know how to move a room. And you're picking up on that and trust that. And like I said, that kind of describes, like I said, they could be a masculine energy for some of you. And like I said, male, female, it doesn't matter. But this is somebody, I feel like, even if this is a female I'm talking about, they know how to walk in a room. And I have to say, they know how to move a room. And maybe that is something your friends, or, even if you're doing this to yourself, you have a tendency of being like, well, maybe I'm jealous. Maybe they are a good person. And that's why maybe you're trying to shove this under the rug. No, do not. There is a reason you felt icky. And like I said, maybe at one point you really thought, well, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the jealous one. That's why I said earlier you were about to sweep something under the rug. It's not meant to be swept under. Let me do another for the situation. Okay. 5 of Swords. As I said, I feel like even if friends are not getting in the way, or anything like that, you could be doing that to yourself. Again, maybe I'm just a jealous person. Maybe I'm just this. No, you're not. With that Knight of Swords, though, something's about to be exposed. What is coming out? What is something this collective you need to do? Okay, so I got the Temperance in reverse, 5 of Pentacles, and then there's the 3 of Pentacles over here. There is a reason, though, I brought up jealousy, and there's a reason I kind of brought up friends. Even though if you're doing this to yourself, maybe this icky person is taking up your friend's time, or they're really wanting to hang out, and maybe it's bothering you a little bit. Or even if that's not necessarily the case, regardless, I feel like you have other people around you that are telling you to calm down, like it's not that deep, or they're not doing anything. What's your problem? Like they're making you feel really bad about yourself, or having a certain intuition about somebody. Here's the thing, as bad as it sounds, you don't need to confront anything, and don't let ego take over. And that jealousy part, if I gotta go confront this person to prove something they're not a good person, no, everything in the dark always comes out to light. It always does. Maybe as bad as it sounds, maybe you need to sit alone and sit this one out this weekend. Maybe again, you're about to see these people, or they're inviting you somewhere out, and you're like, no, again, trust your intuition. Don't go. Do not go because you don't want to be alone, or you don't want to feel abandoned. It's not necessarily that you're feeling abandoned, but the only person you can abandon, it's not your friends or your family or whatever, it's yourself. Do not abandon yourself because, well, my friends say it's not that big of a deal, or they said it's, or maybe I'm getting up in my head. No, do not let anybody make you feel dumb for having an intuition. Being serious, there is something sketchy about this person. I will give this collective credit. If you feel like in your gut, don't be around them. Please don't. Let me do, what is the other lesson? One more. And then death. Literally, it's, there's that 5 of Wands again. They're rain. They're stupid. It's going to come to an end soon. We're done. Let this all unfold over. And as bad as it sounds, if you do have other people like friends or family around you that are constantly making you feel, maybe that's something we need to reevaluate over, is who you're picking in your inner circle. Maybe that ugly person's doing you a favor of showing you who the true colors are.